comfort can seem like something that is so desirable, that we just want more of, that if I could just get a bit of that, it would feel great. But I've had a lot of comfort. I've created a life where there was so much comfort, so much space, so much freedom, so much possibility and flexibility. And I can tell you firsthand, comfort is the most painful thing when it keeps you away from your passion and from your purpose. We're always making the circumstances in our lives that allow us to not feel the thing that we really, really don't want to feel. For me, I created a life that was full of comfort. I'd made more money than I knew what to do with at the time. I'd created a life without much responsibility. I could really do anything that I want. I can go anywhere I want. I can do what I want. And yet, most people really crave that. Most people really long for a life like that. And I definitely don't make the most of that, the opportunities that are afforded to me. And one thing that's really apparent is that coming face to face with some of the unconscious reasons why I've done things in my life. See, there's been this longing for a long time, this knowing, this pain of feeling like I'm capable of so much. I know I'm an amazing person. I know that there's so much beauty that I am here to bring in this world. And yet the gap that has been between where I know I could be if I chose to be, and where I've spent a lot of my time has been incredibly painful. And recognizing that so many of the things that I've done that have been furthering me on the path, that have been supporting my healing, helping me to grow, helping me to evolve, they've been great. I've been learning a lot. I've been growing a lot. I've been evolving a lot. But you know what? Deep down, a lot of these things, as helpful as they are, and I wouldn't take them back, a lot of them have served as distractions. So what I mean by that is these these have been distractions from what I know I really need to do if I were to really live the life that I wanted to. So I'll try and clarify this. So it might be that I decide to do X, let's say run a men's group or get therapy, whatever it is. And that's a very noble thing to do, right? That's a very valid thing to do. It's something that someone who I aspire to be might do. Great. This is good. Not disputing that, not disputing the goodness of, of doing something like that. But if I'm spending a lot of my time on something that, although I know will be beneficial for me, it's not what I really, really need to do. If I'm really honest with myself, like deep down, maybe deep down, I know that what I'm really running away from or shying away from, finding excuses not to do, postponing, procrastinating, maybe I really need to get that accountability in. I really need to get that coach that I'm signing up for a long time. And recognizing this is a huge step, actually, for me to acknowledge that I've not been where I wanted to be in life. That there has been a gap, and that actually there's parts of me that have wanted others to see me in a certain way. And if I were to now start to make progress towards that person that I wanted to be, then it would break the illusion that I'm not already there. And that would be incredibly shameful. That would feel awful. Then people would see, oh, wait, he's actually not doing all those things that perhaps I kind of thought he might be doing, because those are the things that that kind of person would do. I don't know if you're following me, but I'm seeing how many traps there are in this world and in this beautiful and very intelligent brain of mine, and I'm guessing yours too. So the question here is, what am I doing? What am I doing that is holding me back ultimately from where I really want to be? And this requires really radical honesty with oneself. It requires really acknowledging the gap between where you are and where you want to be, and making it okay for that to be seen by others. Going a bit deeper, I could say that the reality that we create in our lives always serves a purpose. Whatever situation, whatever context that you're in right now that you're really not enjoying, or you maybe don't, you're like, why is this happening to me? You created it. Yeah, I know that's obvious, right? And I know that that's hard to hear sometimes, but why did you create it? You created it because it serves a purpose, because there's a part of you that needs what that circumstance gives you. I'll give you an example. For me, I don't know if this is true, but let me just go down this little rabbit hole. I could say my life is very comfortable, has been comfortable for a while. I've created that comfort. Why have I created that comfort? Okay, maybe I like comfort. Maybe there's something that I was missing before that I really wanted. Yeah, that's been a lot of my rationale for that. Going a little bit deeper, like this is where we get to uncover a little bit more of what's going on here. So again, why am I creating this comfort? Well, if I'm comfortable, then I don't really need to let myself be seen. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's go a bit deeper. Why don't I want to be seen? Lots of reasons. Off the top of my head, fear of rejection, fear of feeling shame, fear of being seen as something that I'm not. All these things that I can take ownership for. And I know that you probably feel some of these things too. So, why am I so bothered about feeling shame? Well, what I've discovered through quite a lot of therapy actually is that to a part of my nervous system, shame feels worse than death. So, let's wind it back a bit. If shame feels worse than death for parts of me, then I'm going to create circumstances where I don't ever have to feel shame. I'm going to create a comfortable life where I don't have to really be seen. I don't have to really step into my gifts and share them more with the world, because there's no pressing need to. I don't have to do that. I can just keep on going. So there's this unconscious thread that directs everything that we do. Every single thing, every context, every action in our lives, there's something that is guiding us to that. And this is what you'll often hear coaches speaking to. There's like, if you're doing something or if you have something, it's like, why did you want that? Why did you need that? And having this ability to self-reflect is something that not many people have. And if you're resonating with this and if you're feeling it, then you're in a really good spot, because you're actually willing to look at what's really going on in your life. You're willing to look at why you've been doing these things and just be really radically honest with yourself, knowing that there's a reason why this is all happening. You've chosen to do it, and you can choose to do it another way. But until we get to the point of accepting that this has been something that we chose and that it has actually served a purpose, however undesirable the thing may be, then there's nowhere to go. Having that acceptance and that real willingness to take a look at underneath the rocks, like having a really look underneath that rock, look at all those creepy crawlies. Ooh, there's some gross things under there. Yeah, I'd rather look at those gross things than be living around them for the rest of my life. Just some 11 p.m. thoughts. Much love.